Hey guys, welcome to Pursuit.com's coverage of the Nike Melbourne Marathon 2025 where I took part in the full marathon. So the start and finish line is at the Melbourne Cricket Ground or MCG. When I reached there, it was already pretty crowded. The start time for the full marathon is 6:30 and you can see the throngs of people all making their way to the start time together. There was so much energy at the start. As the time approached, the Australian national anthem was played, followed by a countdown from 5 seconds.
3, 2, 1.
And then we were off. It's a 42.195 kilometer journey around the streets of Melbourne. The first 3 to 4 kilometers of this race was very crowded. There was barely any space to move, and due to this, it was pretty hard to find a rhythm. The first few stages of the race brought us through South Bank and the Melbourne city areas. The sunrise was really beautiful and the weather was perfect. The second kilometer of the race brought us into Albert Park, which is really beautiful and stunning. "21 km done, another 21 km to go." The third quarter of the race was at Beach Road area of Melbourne. That red sign brought a smile on my face for some reason. The final third of the marathon brought us out to St. Kilda. Honestly, running past the area with over 30 Ks in my legs, I don't think I'll ever think of St. Kilda in the same way again. At 33 km, I felt like I was dying. I really love stadium finishes, and this finish inside the MCG felt pretty special. It was quite euphoric to be running into the stadium with all the crowds cheering you on, and then to see the finish line up ahead. I guess I was just really happy to finish. Hi guys, it's Priscilla from Priscilla.com back here again, and I'm at the Melbourne Cricket Ground, or the MCG, which is the finish line of the Nike Melbourne Marathon 2025. So the Nike Melbourne Marathon route is considered flat-ish, but it is not entirely flat, with some inclines along the way. Especially the last segment, there are some inclines that you will really feel in your legs because it is the last few Ks of the marathon. Other than that, I would say it's pretty well supported. Spectators are not lining the entire route of the race, but there are segments whereby the spectator support is definitely pretty loud. Melbourne definitely has more spectators than some other marathons I have done because this is a sporting city and they really embrace their sports, including marathon running. There are plenty of drink and hydration stations, but do note that some of the stations serve only water. There are only some hydration stations that serve both water and isotonic drink. The isotonic drink is the Morton drink solution, and there are 2 stations that I recall that provided Morton gel along the way. Overall, it's a very well organized run. It was pretty pleasant to run. The weather was perfect for running at about 8 to 9 degrees at the start and 15 degrees when I finished. I surprised myself where I was able to walk around wearing my singlet and running shorts at 15-degree weather. I actually walked back to my accommodation wearing this without needing to put on a jacket. So I guess it was not as cold as I had probably anticipated, but around 8 to 15 degrees is still perfect running weather. Altogether, a pleasant run, a well-supported run, and a great running experience for those from Singapore who want to experience cooler running weather and a good course. After finishing the race, we are quickly ushered into the car park area where we collect our medal and finisher items. Unfortunately, we are not allowed to come back to the MCG track to take our finisher medals at the finish line. I was glad to know that there are both women's and men's cutting for the finisher t-shirts. Of course, I prefer the women's cut. After getting out, we are allowed back into the MCG to cheer on friends who are about to finish their runs. I went back in to find my friends and watch them finish. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed what you saw, please don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel at priscilla.com. Until then, I will catch up with you next time. See you and goodbye.